var idi imanımız. Himmet bilen ecdadımız dünyanın sultanıdır. Himmet bilen ecdadımız biziz kızım kan bilen pakizlidir. Yurtumuz biziz kızım kan bilen pakizlidir. Esimiz tefekkürümüz tutmamız. Alımız, biz ona evladımız.
Thank you. The deaths of up to 44 Uyghurs in a tragic apartment fire in Urumqi, East Turkestan on Thursday, November 24, 2022 has outraged the East Turkestan government in exile, the East Turkestan national movement, and the entire global East Turkestani Uyghur people. According to eyewitnesses, the fire erupted on the 15th floor of a Uyghur-dominated apartment building in Urumqi's Tangertang district. The fire quickly spread to the 19th floor, killing and wounding dozens of Uyghurs. Some of them were innocent children. The Chinese government officially recorded 10 deaths. However, social media accounts from families who have lost loved ones and photos suggest that the number of Uyghurs slain were significantly greater. According to hospital employees' posts on Chinese social media, 44 people had died in the Urumqi fire. Residents stated firefighters arrived 3 hours after the fire began to extinguish the flames. Despite being near to the building, Uyghurs were barred from leaving the building because their doors had been bolted shut from the outside as part of the so-called zero COVID security procedures. The delay was ultimately blamed on obstacles, or so-called obstacles, caused by zero COVID lockdowns by Chinese authorities in Urumqi. After hearing the tragic news of over 4 dozen Uyghurs dying, of nearly 4 dozen Uyghurs dying in the Urumqi fire, Uyghurs both inside and outside East Turkestan are devastated and outraged. The Chinese government's purposeful failure to put out the fire in time, as well as its subsequent censorship of Uyghur deaths, demonstrate that it is utilizing its so-called zero COVID lockdown to continue its genocide of Uyghurs and other Turkic peoples. Since China launched its so-called COVID lockdowns in late August 2022, hundreds of Uyghurs and other Turkic people in East Turkestan have died from forced starvation and deliberate medical neglect after being imprisoned in their homes by the Chinese government. While Uyghurs in the apartment complex fire initially resorted to social media to request help, it did not arrive in time. Later, after the event, Uyghurs took to social media to express their displeasure with the Chinese government's purposeful, slow response in responding to the fire. To prevent so-called suspected virus carriers from leaving their homes, Chinese officials had erected barriers and chained doors. And angry that they too could end up killed in the fires like the Uyghurs, hundreds if not thousands of Chinese colonial settlers in East Turkestan marched to the streets of Urumqi, yelling slogans such as "We are human beings," "Stop the lockdown," and other similar phrases. While Chinese protesters took to the streets across China, Uyghurs in East Turkestan were unable to protest or even conduct a memorial to pray for the victims of the deadly fire that killed up to 44 Uyghurs. This is due to the fact that while the Chinese government tacitly permits Chinese colonial settlers to demonstrate and even address some of their requests, it systematically massacres peaceful Uyghur protesters and subsequently labels them as terrorists. To appease the Chinese demonstrators, the Chinese administration in Urumqi announced on Saturday that it would relax COVID policy. It would relax the zero COVID policy. However, the Chinese government continues to deploy its so-called zero COVID lockdowns to perpetrate genocide in East Turkestan's Uyghur and other Turkic majority cities and villages. The deadly fire in Urumqi spurred anti-COVID lockdown protests across China, with some protesters, such as those in Shanghai and Hong Kong, even calling on the Chinese Communist Party to step down. The Uyghur, Kazakh, Kyrgyz, and other Turkic people of occupied East Turkestan embrace these slight improvements, but they are insufficient to address and end the ongoing genocide in East Turkestan. Since October 12, 1949, the People's Republic of China has waged a brutal campaign of colonization and occupation. Since 2014, the Uyghurs and other Turkic peoples have been enduring systematic state-sponsored racism, discrimination, and marginalization, and ethnic cleansing, which has progressed to mass internment and genocide. According to the U.S. Department of Defense, in 2019, the Chinese government had imprisoned roughly 3 million Uyghurs, Kazakh, Kyrgyz, and other Turkic peoples in concentration camps or so-called vocational training, re-education camps, and counter-extremism centers in order to combat so-called extremism, separatism, and terrorism. As the Chinese government continues its systematic campaign to implement its fascist, racist, chauvinistic fallacy of Zhonghua Minju for the Chinese nation in occupied East Turkestan, Uyghurs, Kazakhs, Kyrgyz, Uzbeks, and other Turkic peoples continue to be mass interned in prisons, concentration camps, and enslaved in forced labor camps at this very moment. Beginning in 2021, the United States government and the parliaments of over a dozen Western countries publicly recognized China's atrocities against Uyghurs and other Turkic peoples as genocide. Yet, tragically, the genocide in East Turkestan continues as we are reaching 2023. And this is because a lack of meaningful action and international intervention, particularly by Western democratic states that promote democracy and value human rights. We, the people of East Turkestan, once again implore the international community, especially the United States government, to intervene in order to hold the Chinese government accountable for its blatant disrespect for Uyghur and other Turkic lives well as the ongoing genocide in East Turkestan. We urge the U.S. government and other Western governments to demand clarity about the exact number of Uyghur deaths in last week's deadly Urumqi fire. We once again urge the U.S. government and the international community to take strong measures to hold China accountable and to put an end to its ongoing genocide in East Turkestan, such as supporting East Turkestan's case against China at the International Criminal Court and urging the ICC to investigate China's ongoing genocide and crimes against humanity in East Turkestan. We also urge the United States and Western countries to sanction the CCP, including its dictator Xi Jinping, and recognize the CCP for what it is, a transnational criminal organization. We urge the United States to approach East Turkestan in the same manner as Tibet by designating a special coordinator for East Turkestan issues at the U.S. State Department. We implore the United States and the international community to uphold their commitments to democracy, freedom, human rights, and the right to self-determination by recognizing East Turkestan as an occupied country and refraining from using the racist Chinese colonial term Xinjiang, which means the colony or new territory, when referring to our country, East Turkestan. We wish to emphasize once more that the Uyghurs, Kazakh, Kyrgyz, Uzbek, Tatar, and other East Turkestani people are not so-called Xinjiang people. We are East Turkestanis, not Chinese people. We urge the world community, particularly those who are sincerely committed to democracy, freedom, and human rights, to recognize that the root of East Turkestan's continuous genocide and unending suffering is the Chinese invasion, colonization, and occupation of our country. The tragic experiences of the Uyghur and other Turkic peoples of East Turkestan over the last 2 centuries, as well as the ongoing genocide, demonstrates that we cannot achieve democracy, equality, freedom, and human rights, yet alone preserve our very existence, unless East Turkestan's independence is fully restored. As a result, we call on the international community, including the Chinese people, to accept our rights to self-determination and to stand in solidarity with East Turkestan's struggle to regain its independence so that we may achieve eternal freedom and peace. Lastly, we honor the Uyghur victims who lost their lives in the Urumqi fire and extend our deepest condolences to their family members and loved ones. Thank you. And now we will be facing towards the State Department to chant.
Sanction China! Sanction Xi Jinping! Sanction
East Turkestan! Recognize East Turkestan! We want a freedom! We want a freedom! We want a freedom! We want a freedom! We want our independence! We want our independence! We want our independence! We want our independence! We demand an end to Chinese occupation! We demand an end to Chinese colonization! Terrorist China! Terrorist China! Terrorist China! Terrorist China! Fascist China! Fascist China! Fascist China! Fascist China! Racist China! Uyghurs are not Chinese! Uyghurs are not Chinese! Uyghurs are not Chinese! Uyghurs are not Chinese! Our country is not Xinjiang, East Turkestan! Our country is not Xinjiang in East Turkestan! Our country is not Xinjiang in East Turkestan! Our country is not Xinjiang in East Turkestan! Uyghurs are not Chinese! Uyghurs are not Chinese! Uyghurs are not Chinese! Uyghurs are not Chinese! East Turkestan is not Xinjiang! East Turkestan is not Xinjiang! East Turkestan is not Xinjiang! East Turkestan is not Xinjiang! Down with Chinese colonialism! Down with Chinese occupation! Down with Chinese imperialism! Down with Chinese imperialism! Down with the CCP! Down with the CCP! Down with Xi Jinping! Down with Xi Jinping! Down with Chinese occupation! Turkestan!
Uzbekistan is not a part of China. Uzbekistan is not a part of China. Uzbekistan is not China's imperial affair. Uzbekistan is not China's imperial affair. Support our case against China. Support our case against China. Take China to the Hague. Take China to the Hague. Take Xi Jinping to the Hague. Take Xi Jinping to the Hague. Take CCP to the Hague. Take CCP to the Hague. Take CCP to the Hague. Take CCP to the Hague. Take China to the ICC. Take China to the ICC. Take China to the ICC. Take China to the ICC. Take China to the ICJ. Take China to the ICJ. Take China to the ICJ. Take China to the ICJ. Intervene now. Intervene now. Intervene now. Intervene now. Intervene to end the genocide. Intervene to end the suffering. Intervene to end the suffering. Intervene to end colonialism. Intervene to end colonialism. Intervene to end fascism. Intervene to end fascism. Intervene to end racism. Intervene to end racism. Intervene to free Uyghurs. Intervene to free Uyghurs. Intervene to free Turkestan. Intervene to free Turkestan. Sanction China. Sanction China. Sanction China. Sanction China. Sanction Xi Jinping. Sanction Xi Jinping. Sanction Xi Jinping. Sanction the CCP. Sanction the CCP. Sanction the CCP. Sanction the CCP. Uphold democracy. Uphold democracy. Uphold democracy. Uphold democracy. Recognizes Turkestan. Recognizes Turkestan. Recognizes Turkestan. Recognizes Turkestan. Uphold human rights. Uphold human rights. Uphold human rights. Uphold human rights. Act to end the genocide. Act to end the genocide. Act to end the genocide now. Act to end the genocide now. Terrorist China. Terrorist China. Fascist China. Fascist China. Fascist China. Fascist China. Fascist China. Fascist China. Terrorist China. Terrorist China. Terrorist China. Terrorist China. We want freedom. We want freedom. We want freedom. We want freedom. We want freedom. We want freedom. We want freedom. We want justice.
We want justice.
We want justice.
We want justice.
We want independence.
We want independence. We want independence. We want democracy.
We want democracy.
democracy. We want democracy. Shame on China. Go home, China. Go home, China. Go home, China. Terrorist China. Terrorist China. Wake up, USA. Wake up, USA. Don't take China. Don't take China. Wake up, USA. Wake up, USA. Racist China. Racist China. Racist China.
Wake up, USA! Wake up, USA!
Shame on China!
Shame on China!
Shame on China!
Shame on China!
Shame on China!
Shame on China!
Fascist China!
Fascist China!
Fascist China!
Fascist China!
Terrorist China!
Terrorist China!
Terrorist China! Terrorist China! Terrorist China! We want independence! We want independence! We want independence! We want independence! We want democracy! Stand up, America! Stand up, America! Stand up, America! Stand up, America! Justice for Uyghurs! Justice for Uyghurs! Justice for Uyghurs! Justice for Uyghurs! Independence for Uzbekistan! Independence for Uzbekistan! Independence for Uzbekistan! Independence for Uzbekistan! Act to save the Uyghurs! Act to save the Uyghurs! Act to save the Uyghurs! Act to save the Uyghurs! Intervene now, America! Intervene now, America! Intervene now, America! Intervene now, America! Intervene to stop China's genocide! Intervene to stop China's genocide! Intervene to stop China's genocide! Intervene to stop China's genocide! Intervene now, America! Intervene now, America! Intervene now, America! Intervene now, America! Intervene to free the Uyghurs! Intervene to free the Uyghurs! Intervene to free the Uyghurs! Intervene to free the Uyghurs! Intervene to save East Turkestan! Intervene to save East Turkestan! Intervene to save East Turkestan! Intervene to save East Turkestan! Sanction China! Sanction China! Sanction China! Sanction China! Sanction the CCP! Sanction the CCP! Sanction the CCP! Sanction the CCP! Sanction Xi Jinping! Sanction Xi Jinping! Sanction Xi Jinping! Sanction Xi Jinping! Act now, America! Act now, America! Act now, America! Act now, America! Act now, America! Act now, America! Act now to hold China accountable! Act now to hold China accountable! Act now to hold China accountable! Act now to hold China accountable! Take China to the Hague! Take China to the Hague! Take CCP to the Hague! Take CCP to the Hague! Take Xi Jinping to the Hague! Take Xi Jinping to the Hague! Take China to the ICC! Take China to the ICC! Take China to the ICC! Take China to the ICC! Take China to the ICJ! Take China to the ICJ! Take China to the ICJ! Take China to the ICJ! Terrorist China! Terrorist China! Terrorist China! Terrorist China! Fascist China! Fascist China! Fascist China! Fascist China! Racist China! Racist China! Racist China! Racist China! Go home, China! Go home, China! Go home, China! Go home, China! 73 years is enough! 73 years is enough! 73 years is enough! 73 years is enough! Go home, China! Go home, China! China, get out of East Turkestan! China, get out of East Turkestan! China, get out of East Turkestan! China, get out of East Turkestan! China end the occupation! China end the occupation! China end the occupation! China end the occupation! East Turkestan is not a part of China! East Turkestan is not part of China! East Turkestan is not a part of China! East Turkestan is not a part of China! East Turkestan is not Xinjiang!
East Turkestan is not Xinjiang.
East Turkestan is not Xinjiang!
East Turkestan is not Xinjiang.
Hey, Chinese colonialism!
Hey, Chinese colonialism.
Chinese colonialism! End Chinese chauvinism! End Chinese chauvinism!
Alright, great. It's loud. It might be easier if you want to just type it in there. Alright, thank you. So you're here at the bottom, that's the other. Oh, you want me to try? No. Alright. That?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hold on, it's on Spanish on you. Hold on. There you go.
Press them.
Yes, please. So that looks right?
Yeah.
Are you with an organization in particular or just here supporting?
Yes, I support on this organization.
Okay, wonderful. I'll let you get back to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yakırak tutun.
Adamlarning Rabbimiz sağlık ibadet kılımız ve senden yardım tilaymiz. Bugün biz intayın kaygılı kaldı. 24. yıl keçide Urumqi'de ot tuturik köp ketken Farsiydi kadınlarımız için, hadi sanıllarımız, akıklı kıyırındaşlarımız için dua kılımız. Perverdigarımız, aşk kıyırındaşlarımızı şehit bilen mükafatlaşını dilaymiz. Perverdigarımız, aşk kıyırındaşlarımızı aslının kulağına tutulduğun âli derecelik cennetlerle mükafatlaşını dilaymiz. Perverdigarımız, şu kıyırındaşlarımızın aile tevabatlarına en güzel seferlerde ata kılışını dilaymiz. O tüküyüp ketken, yaralangan kıyırındaşlarımızın ağrık azabıga, jarayetiga senden şifalık dilaymiz. Şunun bilen birge, hazır türmelerde, lagerlarda kanxor Xitaylarning dahshatli zulmü degiravatkan kıyırındaşlarımızga asançılık dilaymiz. Rabbimiz şu kıyırındaşlarımızı karaksız koymagın. Ularga güç kuvvet, ümit, işenç tilaymiz. Rabbimiz bizi doğru yolga başlagan, gazipen yurtqalarının ve azgallarının yolu emas. Tarixinin nadab tamsızlıklarının yolu emas. Vatan satqan, aynı günahlarının yolu emas. Belki sen inan tutan, inan tutan yolu emas. Belki sen inan tutan yolu başladın. Amin. Peygamberimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem'den yolu başladın. Amin. Ecdatlarımızdan Abdülkadir Damallan, Memteli Tevfik, Sabit Damallan Katarlık devlet atlarımız manga yolu başladı. Amin. Vatan milletin müstakil için meleden ve cennet kurban bergen Bahadır cancılarımızdan yola başladı. Amin. Perverdigarımız biz kardeşlik veremeyidigan eğir sınaklardan emdi bizni sınımıgın. Amin. Ecdatlarımızdan ve bizden ötküzgen günahlarımızı geçirgin. Düşmanımızı tanımaktık. Dost bilen düşmanı fark etemektik. Düşmanımızı tanımagan bu eğir günahты bizden geçirgin. Bizge rahim kılgın. Sen bizden egimizsen. Senden başka yardımcımız yok. Vatanımız Şarkı Türkistan'ın müstakilliğini eslik keltirişimiz için bizge yardım bergin. Amin. Kolumuzdaki ay yıldızlı kök bayrağının vatanımız aslında kayıtıdın lafın dişigini sıkılgın. Bizni müstakil Şarkı Türkistan'da ör yaşaşka müyesser kılgın. Amin. Amin.
to be ending the demonstration here. We thank everyone who came out to join us here to hold a protest, a memorial for our brothers and sisters, our children who tragically died in the fire last week in Urumqi, as well as for the Uyghurs and other Turkic peoples, our people who are continuing to face genocide, continuing to be locked up in concentration camps, in prison, and being enslaved by the Chinese occupiers. We urge everyone, especially those listening online, especially those foreign friends of ours, to do everything that they can to stand in solidarity with us, to support us, to press the governments and organizations to act to end this genocide and this occupation. We again reiterate that without restoring East Turkestan's independence, we cannot ensure our people's democracy, our human rights, our freedom, our equality, let alone our very existence. Restoring East Turkestan's independence is vital to ensuring the survival of our nation and to ensuring everlasting peace and stability and freedom for our people. Thank you. Allah razı olsun bütün müşahede kırımdaşlardan. Allah az bosmu üzerindeki bir insani burçunlarını, ikincisi Uygurluk, Şarkı Türkisonluk burçunlarını ada kıldılar. Konumuzun çok işkembisi bu. Az degende halkarağa halkımızdaki kırılıp geçişe narazılıkımızı bildirdi. Amerika hükümetine taleplerimizi bildirdi. Ve halkarağa bizdeki devletimizin müstakillik nasıl getirmeyi durup bizdeki kişilik hukukumuz, insan haklarımız, dini erkinlikimiz, demokrasiyasımız, hürlükümüz, hatta mevcutluğumuzun bu kapalı çaklanmaylarlığımızı bildirdik ve Şarkı Türkistan'dan müstakillik getiriş için bütün halkaradan yardım talep kıldık ve daimi yardım talep kılışımız gerekiyor. Biz cimot tasap olmaydı kardeşler. Biz uzundan beri çıktık cimot taraf geldik için. Bizden burukla özgürlüğümüzle adak magallık için. Bizden atalarımız, analarımız, oğullarımız vazifesine adak magallık için bana bir gün biz bu kaygılı günde kaldık. Ve yakından yazı, yana bazı bu Xitaylık bulağıtkan namayişimizden köranlap bazı Şincanlıklar, bizne Şincanlık deydiğen ismi cismi Uygur boğan bile biz Şincanlık Xitaylar. Yani şu Xitay bilen yakınlaşman dep, yani şu Xitay'ın bilen milli birlik kurumuz dep palpa çıkıyordu. Ular biz için, bizden milletimiz için hıyanet kılıyordu. Bunu bilip koysun. Ve biz bundan hainlara bu millet burun çavak çağın olsa bunun ikininden hainlar çavak çağmaydı. Bu millet düşmanın tutup oldu. Bizdenki müstakillikimiz bulmayı durup başkanımız bulmaydı. Biz Xitaylarga o kadar karşı olmasak mı? Xitaylar deyişi mümkün. Biz o demokratiyani mümkünüz. Eğer demokratiya, hakiki demokratiyani teşebbüs kıldığın olsa bizdenki ilgili hukukumuzu hürmet kılış gerek. Bizden müstakilliğimizi hürmet kılış gerek. Bizden devletinin bir tecavüzçü devlet boğallıkını itiraf kılış gerek. Ve Şarkı Türkistan'dan derhal çıkış gerek. Ananın çıkıp bulak. İtiraf değiller lekin ananın iki Xitayla bilen hoşlu devlet, başka devletlerde bakılsak bulamırdı. Ama onlar bilen birlikte donmayınız, onlar bilen bir yaşamayınız. Çünkü o Xitayla tecavüzçü. Bizden zımınımızda tecavüz kıldı. Şularla tecavüz bilen bugün halkımız kırılıp geliyor.